How's it going, everybody? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Today we're going to take a look at how I was able to get almost 42,000 capital peak points from this last raid weekend. So let's jump into some attacks and see how I am taking out these bases. So first on the list is a cleanup on a skeleton park. Going to be using primarily the graveyard spam strategy. Sometimes the ground version, sometimes the air version. But the key here is to take out the big splash targeting defenses so that we can have an easier time. We have the graveyards over the rock artilleries, and we do take out the giant cannon up top. So now we're mostly focused about sprinkling in some of the hog gliders to stun those important defenses and to help push our troops through the base. Taking out the minion hut now, so all that is left is for splash targeting is the multi-mortar and the bomb tower. We have a bunch of troops left over. However, as you can see, the skeleton park is quite beefy, even in mostly the basic layout. So luckily we had just enough giants to get through the base. We were able to clean up the attack. Even got a bonus of 60 points. Next up, we'll be taking a look at a Golem quarry cleanup attack. This one has almost 6,700 points remaining. We have some isolated rocket artilleries and blast bows, so we're definitely going to be dropping the graveyard spells over those. And we have sort of a nice line of the base remaining, so we're just going to deploy everything all in a row, sort of spread them out so that the multi-mortar and the blast bows aren't as effective, so we can definitely crush this base and fully take it out and get hopefully a lot of bonus points depending on how many troops we have remaining. So we do finish off the base. We get a bonus 453, which is very awesome. Next up, we'll be taking a look at a balloon lagoon cleanup attack. This one has again around 6,700. And we have an isolated rock artillery on the right hand side, so we're definitely going to use one of the graveyard spells to take that one out. And we're going to sort of create two groups of troops for this base. We're going to have one going around the left hand side, then another group going around the right hand side. And then we're waiting to see where we can deploy the last groups of hogs to if an area needs some help. We do have some stuff on the right hand side that the skeletons are struggling with, so we'll send in the hog gliders over on that side of the base, take out those point defenses, help speed things up. So now there's nothing left but the cleanup. We have a lot of troops remaining, so that's what's nice is if you get a really good attack, you can get a lot of bonus points, and that is what can really add, those few extra 1,000 points onto your high score. So now we're going to be taking a look at a Barbarian camp cleanup attack. Now this one is pretty much the basic layout, but we did clear out the first quarter of the base on the bottom side. So now we're mostly going to be trying to focus on taking out this rocket artillery with the graveyard spells, and then sprinkling in the balloons, one per air targeting defense, and hoping that the air skeletons can tank and extract, and also clean up the other trash buildings so we can push the deployment zones closer and closer into the base. This back section of the base can be quite devastating if you're not able to directly target those air defenses. So that's what's really, really crucial with balloons. If you're deciding to pick them up or just start using them, gotta try and get the balloons on top of the defenses before that speed boost runs out. Otherwise the balloons are very, very slow. Last but not least is the giant outpost. We're able to take out this base and get 411 bonus points, which is awesome. Next up, we're taking a look at a Builder's Workshop cleanup attack. Looks like we took out the right hand side of the base on the first attack. Gonna drop in two graveyard spells over this blast bow. Since this is the basic layout, the skeletons from dropping the two graveyards on the blast bow will actually take it out, and eventually they will break out of the walls and start to destroy some of those point defenses over there. So Our main worry is trying to get down this giant cannon as cheaply as possible, as well as the top giant cannon. But I think we use our last lightning spell to finish off that giant cannon. So it was fairly weak from the first attack. And like so, we have the skeletons taking out the blast bow, and they're going to be trying to bust out of, looks like maybe one or even two groups of walls at the same time. Bunch of the skeletons from the first few sets of graveyards are coming in, helping to clear out some of the trash buildings. Now it is just a slow march to get to the last giant cannon. Got one more ram to help distract if we need it. So we do send it to help break in through the walls. Get lucky with the angle, but I think we had enough of our giants healthy enough that it still wouldn't have been an issue, even if it was a direct hit. And last but not least, we're going to be taking a look at a Skeleton Park first hit. This is what I like to use when I see the basic layouts of the Skeleton Parks. 2 P.E.K.K.A.s, 6 Hogs, 6 Barbarians, 6 Rams, pack of minions, and then a Giant, as well as the 3 Graveyard spells and 1 Lightning Zapperoo. So the goal is to send in 1 Ram, 1 P.E.K.K.A. up top, the 2 Graveyards over the Minion Hut, 1 over the multi-cannon to help take it out. Then we use a Ram, open up the next wall, sacrifice a Barbarian, send in 2 more to try and take out the Tesla before it zaps again. No such luck. And we send in the Giant and a pack of Hogs to help, just to help push through the core. And then you can send in 1 Ram, 1 Barbarian, and that will take out the Wizard Tower and Air Defense. And you can send in the 1 pack of minions at the very corner, and it will eventually have 1 or 2 minions go onto the Giant Cannon, which is nice. So once that side is done, we then focus on the bottom side of the base. Use 1 pack Hogs to take out the Rock Artillery. Send in a couple Hogs to help assist with the Tesla. And you also have to save a pack of Hogs for the multi-cannon, because that thing does a lot of damage. And then at this point, it is sort of a guessing game. You'll have to see, if you're able to protect your P.E.K.K.A.s well enough. Can you sneak in some Hogs and take out this Rock Artillery? Because right now we're about 5,500 points, but you can still get another good 1,000 points. And that's where if you take out this Rock Artillery, I believe it's worth between 400 and 600 points, depending on its level. So definitely a good one to take out. Looks like we have our P.E.K.K.A. getting targeted by the Minion Hut, so that will be going down shortly. But we're able to take out a couple more defenses, and we're able to get 6,875 from 1 attack. So hopefully this video is helpful. Hopefully you are able to pick up on some of the strategies I'm using, use them on some of the bases. It's always easier to do the finishing attack, because then you'll sometimes get those bonus points. Otherwise you have to be very creative in your first hits to try and get a lot of points. But ideally look for bases between 6,000 and 7,000 points, get some bonus points, and you will be in a good spot to get hopefully a similar 42,000 points. If you like the video, make sure to like and subscribe. Helps me out a bunch. There's a couple more videos on the screen if you want to keep on watching. Until next time, take care.